れが貴様を倒す。
Hey, what is up? So you guys just watched the super attack animations for the Raddatz, who is this guy obviously, and then the new Dokkan Fest Bardock. So we will go over the news and stuff as well, but I did want to go over these cards. So let's start with Raddatz. We are right here on the Homie Talon's Twitter page. So let's kind of I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the info real quick. But I do like to show this page to you guys just so you can kind of see where his attack, you know, and his stats will be ultimately. So let's check him out, though. Okay, so this is Raddatz. You guys obviously saw he was tech, and then of course he's going to be an extreme class. His leader skill is the low class warrior category, key 3, and then 120 to stats, so no big surprise there. I feel like Raddatz is the perfect unit to lead low class warriors, or Bardock really. So we'll obviously go over Bardock as well. I'm getting kind of more and more excited about Bardock. But let's go over Raddatz. He's going to infinitely stack attack on his super attack while causing supreme damage and a high chance, or a 50% chance, to stun the enemy. So I love units that stun. They're always going to have a use in this game, and this dude's passive is good enough to where he's always going to be relevant in the game. So his passive, he's going to start out with 100% attack and defense, and then it kind of gets a little confusing here. So let's we'll break it down when we're done reading it. When facing one enemy, he's going to get key 1 and an additional attack and defense 100%. And when he's facing 2 or more enemies, he's going to get key 2, and when you attack the enemy, they will be stunned. So a 100% chance to stun and key 2 when you're facing 2 or more enemies. And he is going to mitigate damage by 50%. Very, very nice. Any damage mitigation combined with, you know, a stun, a guaranteed stun, yeah, we'll take it. He's just a normal banner unit. We'll for sure take that. When facing a Goku family or Namekian category enemy, you're going to get an additional attack plus 50% and a high chance to stun the enemy. So remember that on stages where there are both of them, he's going to get both parts of that passive to activate. So for instance, if there's a stage of Super Battle Road, I can't think of one right offhand, but there are stages where there's like a Piccolo and a Goku and such. So and then, I mean, guys, he looks really, really good. As you can see here, the new Bardock, we can just, you know, go over his transformation, I guess, right now. But after 4 turns or facing a Wicked Bloodline category enemy, so he, of course, you guys saw he's got that beautiful active skill transformation. So I do really, really want to go over Bardock. I feel like he's the main sort of attraction here, and then we'll go over the LR Bardock squad. Okay, so here we are. So let's start with Bardock's leader skill. So he is going to lead the Revenge category, which is, you know, it could be interesting. And then, of course, he's going to lead the low-class warrior category. Again, sort of the perfect leader for that category. At key 4, HP 130, attack and defense 170. So regardless of where you stand on the HP 170 versus defense 170, I think we can all agree that key 4 is amazing. So that's usually pretty indicative of a category that needs work, you know, because it gives you sort of incentive to run units on that category. But here's the thing. Bardock, I feel like this category could get better in the future. There's a lot of units that they could for sure add to this. And especially if a lot of these units that we think might get easy A's, get easy A's. So, like, I don't know right offhand if Mass Saiyan is on the low-class warrior, but, like, obviously that'd be a really, really solid choice. Let's assume he is, or he's on the Revenge or something like that. Or if they give the Great Ape Bardock Squad units their easy A's, that would obviously be, you know, they would be really, really effective to run on there. But there's not a ton of low-class warrior categories. But Revenge, I feel like, does have a little bit of, you know, a lot more room for growth, I feel like. So if we kind of move forward a little bit in this video. Okay, let's see. Well, let's see. Come on now. Yes, right here. So this is part of the Revenge category. He mentions these 3 units specifically. So Perfect Cell, Broly, and Baby. So obviously those are, you know, 3 really, really good units. And I imagine it goes for all of the Perfect Cells. So, you know, the LRs, the TURs, the Easy A's. So you guys get it, right? And then Broly, all the Brolys, I would imagine, and then all of the Babies. But really, there's only one good Baby. We really need a Dokkan Fest Baby, by the way. But let's kind of go over, I'm going to scroll a little bit further. Let's go over his passive skill. Because his passive's pretty damn good, man. He's really good. I'm like I said, I keep getting more and more excited. I wasn't as hyped, like, as a unit, or as a character. Bardock doesn't really, you know, do much for me, but he's so good. I think I'm going to have to summon for him. So his passive skill, attack and defense 120%, plus an additional attack plus 10% per low-class warrior category ally on the team, up to 50%. So, you know, obviously very, very good. He could potentially get his attack up to 170% pre-transformation, so that's really good. More than likely it won't be. There's not enough low-class warriors that are really worth mentioning. Although I will say we don't really know what the free-to-play Bardock squad does yet. So we know what the LR does, but not any of the individual units that you can grind up. We'll go over that here in a bit, though. So attacks are going to be effective against all types when there's a Wicked Bloodline category enemy. Obviously super solid, right? You know, I mean, it's a very, very specific, but man, you can really, if you guys have ever used like Gogeta, any of the Gogetas, man, you guys know, like, when you're effective against all types, you can really, really start to rack up the damage. So he gets even better. So let's kind of go to his transformation real quick. Now, I've already showed you guys the animation. So, oh yeah, right here, we should mention that he's going to be on transformation boost. So obviously he's going to work quite well on Cooler's team. Even though, like, you know, so Cooler will be providing him, you know, attack, defense, and ki. But they're not going to share any major links. It just, like, on Cooler's team, right? So he's not going to link up particularly well with Cooler, but he's going to do well on that team, of course. But let's go on to his transformation here. Again, I've already shown the animation, so we'll skip past it. I just want to go over his passive. Okay, so buckle up. These are always, like, small novels now. So his passive skill, post-transformation, attack 180% and defense 100%. And attack's effective against all types when attacking extreme class enemies. So very, very, very good. Again, that whole super class, super battle road, you're essentially going to be, you're going to be getting his transformation every time. We already went over that he can get his transformation either instantly against a Wicked Bloodline, or, you know, after 4 turns. So those are very good restrictions. That's like LR Broly. That's like, you know, Trunks, essentially. I think Trunks and Zamasu get it turn 3, correct? So, but it, you know, still, turn 4 is like super good. That's like Fizz Broly as well. He gets it on turn 4. So you're always going to be seeing Bardock. And remember, it's an active skill, so you can choose whether or not you want to use it. So remember, I didn't mention it in this video, but on the pre-awakened version, or pre-awakened, the pre-transformation version of Bardock, he's going to be stacking defense infinitely. So, and this guy, Yoshi, he mentions it in the video that once you stack up this dude's defense, he's going to keep his defense, and then you can transform him. And he's going to be effective in events like the Infinite Dragon Ball History and Fighting Legend Goku, so... but we still have a lot more of his passive to go over, so let's kind of go over it. So he's going to get Key 3 and a chance of performing a critical hit and evading enemies' attack 18%, and he's going to reduce damage received by 18% for 5 turns from the start of turn. That's super good, guys. That's like when a card without dupes can do everything unconditionally. That's really good. That's like Gogeta, right? Gogeta can do everything unconditionally without dupes, right? So AGL Super Gogeta. So he can dodge 50% chance. He gets guaranteed crits. And then, of course, he can do additional attacks just because at 55%. So, but this guy can do it all, right? So, and he's going to reduce damage. So this dude's going to be just infallible. Defensively, he's just going to be indestructible, right? So, so anyway, Key 3, 18% damage reduction and an 18% chance to evade enemies' attack. Really good. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack, and all attacks become critical hits when there's a Wicked Bloodline category enemy. So, guys, I mean, that's really good. He's going to be quite well off defensively, in particular, and offensively he's going to be no slouch. So he actually also on his super attack when he's transformed, he then raises his attack and defense for 1 turn. So obviously might not be a terrible idea, considering he can get guaranteed crits and such. Might not be a terrible idea to give him additionals. Of course, if you go fishing for dupes, I mean, but you're not really going to need dupes with him because he does it all, right? Especially, man, Wicked Bloodline, he's just going to be an absolute, wrecking ball. So this dude is really, really going to be good. And actually, I'm quite excited for what his banner is going to be. I think this banner is going to be just off the chain. They're going to want people to summon like crazy. I imagine there's going to be really, really good stone sales. But before we conclude this video, I do want to go over this LR Bardock squad, because they're going to actually be really solid as well. Hey, what is up? So I just wanted to go through the rest of the video to see if I missed anything, and I did want to just briefly mention we're going to be getting these aged meat items, and essentially the small one you see there on the left is going to restore 20 stamina, while the one on the right is going to restore 60 stamina. And he also mentions in the video that there is going to be a larger item that comes. I imagine it's going to restore 100 stamina, if I had to guess. But for now, they're only releasing these 2, so we will be getting those in the future. So this is obviously super helpful. We could have used these like, I don't know, 5 years ago or something like that, but, better late than never, I suppose. But I did just want to mention, I believe that's it in terms of the rest of what was in the video. So let's kind of move on here. Yep, the aged meat. Yes, yes. Yeah, and we'll be getting 3 upon the first login. So on the 18th, we will be getting 3 of those items. I imagine 3 apiece. So, but anyway, let's move on to the LR Bardock squad. All right, so here we are back on the Homie Talon's page. So big shout out to Talon. So this is the LR Bardock squad. Obviously, we have the info as well. I think they're probably going to have some pretty standard, links. And, of course, they're going to share that Bardock squad link, which I think is that a 20% attack link? It's a really good link, as I recall. So they're going to all share that link. Now, this guy, I don't need to cut or anything. Let's just kind of move on. This unit is actually really solid. So, essentially, you guys can see here, their leader skill, Team Bardock category Key 3, 120 to stats, and that Team Bardock is a new category. That was also mentioned in the Dokkan Now video. So it's fine, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's just going to be an extremely limited category, just like the Ginyu Force. But their 12 key super, they're going to greatly raise attack for 1 turn and cause colossal damage. And then on the 18 key super, they're going to raise superclass allies attack by 30% for 1 turn and cause mega colossal damage. So that's damn near a copy-paste of the LR Ginyu Force. So their passive is super type allies, attack and defense 30%, and an additional 30% attack and defense for Team Bardock allies. So, you know, again, the way the math sort of works out, it's going to be a little bit higher than just straight up 30 plus 30. So it'll probably be somewhere in the realm of about 70% attack and defense, which is pretty good for an LR. You know, now they are free to play. They're going to be sitting, they are int. So you're going to be sitting right at about 17,000 attack. But they don't look too bad. They're pretty, you guys can see here, we'll just go ahead and zoom in. They're pretty limited on their category. So I imagine Team Bardock, Pure Saiyans, Low Class Warriors, and what would the other one be? I said Bardock Squad, Pure Saiyans, Low Class Warriors, and Join Forces for sure. So those would be their 4 categories. A little bit limited, but, you know, they're going to certainly serve their place. But anyway, guys, there are just a couple more things I do want to go over. We're going to go check the news real quick. Okay, so here we are on the global side of the game, and we are in the news section. So as you can see, this is the Team Bardock. So essentially how this is going to work, you're going to have to get all of these guys up to rainbow status, and then you can get the LR Bardock squad, the unit we just went over. So between Sunday and Monday, you get Borgos. Monday and Tuesday, you get Tora. And you guys see Fasha, Bardock, and then, of course, Shugesh. So the one you'd probably have to nix from the team is going to be the Bardock, of course, because you're going to want Dokkan Fest Bardock. But obviously, if you're running Prime Battle events, you know, you can go ahead and keep Bardock on there, certainly. I imagine they will all have, like, you know, a very, like, sort of a lower, like, either low-class warrior or Bardock squad sort of leader skill, so you'll be able to run one of them as the leader. But that's basically it. And then, of course, we're getting the new Dokkan event, and it is a brand new Dokkan event, so that's always cool. And then, yeah, and then we already know, like, this was released. Interestingly enough, there's actually one additional thing on the JP side. So let's kind of switch over to JP real quick. Okay, so we are here on the JP side of the game, and just one additional thing. This is that Extreme or Ultimate Super Battle Road that we were going to get, that was mentioned in the V-Jump scan. And actually, once you complete it, you'll be able to Extreme Z Awaken this original Kid Gohan, the original Super Battle Road reward. So that is really solid. God, he's needed an easy A. I mean, geez, practically since he came out. He's never been super impressive. Like, I love the teen Goku, and he should be Goku teen, by the way, but I do love the teen Goku. He's like a really, really good support unit, but this guy has just been a turd, right? Like, he's just not very good at all, but obviously he'll get his SA 25, and then he'll probably get some, you know, good effects added to his super attack, and then obviously his passive needed some big, big upgrades. So again, this is not mentioned on the global side. You know, interestingly enough, we can just go ahead. Let's just switch over to global right here on screen. I have it already up. Okay, good. We don't need to load. Now let's go to an event real quick. And then we will go to Portal of Memories. Now check this out. Let's go to challenge, and you can see Super Battle Road. 2 days until event. So I imagine that we will be getting the new stages of Super Battle Road. I don't think we're going to be getting the reward. I think they want to save that EZA LR for the anniversary. I really do. That was like a really big deal for them to do. So I think they're going to go ahead and save that, and we'll just get the reward later on. But, you know, crazier things have happened. You know, we did get the active skill technically before the 4-year anniversary, right? So it's not completely unheard of. I don't know. I guess we'll see, right? So that is something to be noted. I did just want to point it out that, you know, there might be some slight differences between JP and Global, but just know it's not a shaft. You guys just have to remember that they are technically different games, you know, completely different servers, you know, different units. And then obviously, I don't know if I mentioned this at all or if you guys picked up on it, but this is a global and JP dual event. So we're both going to be celebrating Saiyan Day at the same time, which is very, very nice. Again, it mentions that in the Dokkan Now video. And that's really it, guys. That was kind of all I wanted to go over, and hopefully I did not make this video too long. Slap a like if you enjoyed it, and consider subscribing if you're new. I'm trying to bring you guys content every single day. I love all of you guys. Thank you for the support, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.